So today we're going to discuss three topics, three things that we're going to cover, which are going to be three fundamental tips to beginning your health journey. And mind you, everybody's journey is going to be different. Everybody's journey is going to begin at different stages and different places in their lives. So their motivation is going to be different. This is Webster's dictionary meaning for motivation. The reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. 2, the general desire or willingness of someone to do something. And of course, there are many other definitions that we can use, so you get the gist of it. At the end of the day, it's going to be the reason, that thing, that why that makes a person do what they're going to do. Get your pen, get your paper, write it down. What is your motivation? It can be something like you may want to lose weight for a wedding. You might want to get in a dress. You might want to prepare for a homecoming, a fashion show, bodybuilding. You might want to get off some blood pressure medications. You might want to get off some blood sugar medications, or maybe even cholesterol. It doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, you can have a couple of things that motivate you. They could be varying things. They could be things that lead to another. So you have to decide, what is that specific thing? What is your motivation? What is your reason? I'm going to share mine with you. Now, don't write these down. You just going to listen to what mine are or what they were when I first started. Well, I wanted to look really good naked. I didn't mind having a full-size mirror and turning around and looking at my body, and I wanted to enjoy what it looked like. So that was huge for me. And then I wanted to wear whatever it is I wanted to wear. If I want to wear slacks, if I want to wear a dress, if I want to wear leggings, a bikini, bathing suit, kind of that model look. I mean, they can put on some purple, gray, green, and yellow and be just as fire. Let me put it on and everybody's like, she crazy as all get out. Yeah, we know she shop at the thrift store. Not that the thrift store got some bad things now, because they got some good stuff. But typically they'd be like, okay, she crazy, ain't nothing matched up. She look a hot mess. So I mean I wanted to be able to wear anything that I want to, any coat, any jacket. It just looks good. It just fits good because your body looks good. And then last but not least, I wanted to avoid having surgery. I was told that I was going to have my chest cut open so that I can replace one of my valves that was not closing properly. It was said that I was having regurgitation so bad that it could cause a blood clot. And they also were concerned with my inability to exert enough energy, where I was losing my breath and I couldn't, really breathe. And if I continued in that manner, I could simply just pass out. So I had a few things that motivated me. And if you can think about being naked, that means nothing covering. That means I would have to work extremely hard, because especially being a bodybuilder, I'm going to have to go on stage. People are going to look at you. We got these strings that go right on up the crack of your butt, or you got the little bikini ones or the shorts. Either which way, you're pretty much exposing your body, to everyone, for criticism intentionally. So I knew that if I was going to be doing that, I wanted to make sure that my body looked good, which means that I almost went to some extremes, which means being specific about what I was eating, how I was eating it, when I was eating it, and things of that nature. I knew that I was going to have to. So my motivation was what drove me to do what I needed to do. I started picturing it in my mind. I could see how I would be if I had gotten my body to look right. I began to feel like what I thought I would feel like, walk like that. I began imagining it. And these are some of the things that I was able to do. So I could push myself. So you think about these things. What is it that you want to do? I have some friends that simply just want to be able to go to the park with their kids and play. And these children are between 2 and 5, very active. But mama or daddy just cannot get out there and run with them, play with them on the swing, cannot get down on the floor and climb under the table, and play hide and seek or some of those activities that the kids want, which is really not fair to the child. Now, is it? They're children. They got a whole lot of energy. And so you have to think about, what is it that motivates you? Maybe you want to be able to not have to be looked at as you walking down the aisle of the airplane, or people always feeling like, you are a handicap or a burden or whatever it is that you think is going to motivate you. And whatever it is that you think it is, you have to believe it for yourself. If you want to get off blood pressure medication, do the research. Understand why it is that your blood pressure is high. Is it because of your diet? Is it because of something else? Is it that you have a blockage? Is it that maybe you're not moving around enough? Find out what that thing is. Picture it, use it as a motivation, and go for it. So motivation is the first subject that we're talking about. Don't forget that you're going to make sure you understand what your real reason is. It cannot be somebody else's reason. It cannot be somebody else telling you, oh, well, come on and do it. I mean, you could probably take some encouragement, and encouraging words, and maybe even surround yourself with individuals that have the same like-mindedness and has the same amount of motivation. But at the end of the day, you're going to have your motivation on your own. So that covers motivation. We're going to move right on into affirmation. In just a few minutes, we'll get started with affirmation. So go get you a sip of water or something. And here is one of the things that I would listen to when things seem to kick me in the face. When I just didn't really want to wake up. When I just didn't want to push through that workout. When I just didn't want to eat that same lean meal. When I just didn't want to drink that extra 8 to 16 ounces of water. I would plug this in and listen to it.
You know what you have to do? You have to create the perfect time and the perfect opportunity and the perfect situation.
So that a lot of people become comfortable. They stop growing. They stop wanting anything. They become satisfied. People getting ready to go to jobs that they don't like. Jobs that are making them sick. You see, when you're not pursuing your goal, you are literally committing spiritual suicide. When you have some goal out here that you're stretching for and reaching for that takes you out of your comfort zone, you'll find out some talents and abilities you have that you didn't know you had. When the messenger of misery visits you, what are you going to do? What will keep you in the game?
There are things that you think you'll never need to know, that you may only need to know one time in your life, but that could save your life because you had that knowledge.
Unless you attempt to do something beyond that which you've already mastered, you will never grow. What is it that you looked at some point in time and you decided that you couldn't do it, that you talk yourself out of it?
You're waiting on your next door neighbor to make it happen for you. It may not happen. If you're waiting on your mother or your father, they may be so ancient in their thinking that they don't understand this opportunity that you have. And if you're waiting on them, it may never get done. You don't beg average people to be phenomenal. You don't beg good people to be phenomenal. You just are phenomenal, and you will attract phenomenal.
What reason can you remember that you can call on, that you can reach on, that can make you get back up? Find that reason.
If you're not where you are, if you're not where you want to be, if you don't have what you want to have, if you're not where you think you should be at this particular place, it has nothing to do with the system, but it has everything to do with the fact that you're not making the sacrifice. I want you to make that dream become a reality, because if you don't, you will be working for somebody else to make their dreams become a reality.
Everybody is against you or don't believe in you no more. And let me tell you something, that's a lonely feeling. It's a lonely feeling, particularly people that you're doing it for. Most people take their greatness, take their ideas to the graveyard with them.
Listen to me, if it was easy, everybody would do it. There are people right now who are working who don't want to work. There are people who hate their jobs, but they keep getting up to do it.
The wealthiest place on the planet is the graveyard. Because in the graveyard, we will find inventions that we never, ever were exposed to. Ideas, dreams that never became reality. Hopes and aspirations that were never acted upon.
The question is, what are you going to do with your time? What drives you? And greatness is a lot of small things done well. Day after day, workout after workout, obedience after obedience, day after day.
When things don't work out for you, when things happen that you could not anticipate, what are the reasons that you can think of that can keep you strong?
You will never, ever be successful until you turn your pain into greatness, until you allow your pain to push you from where you are to push you to where you need to be. Stop running from your pain and embrace your pain. Your pain is going to be a part of your prize, a part of your product. I challenge you to push yourself.
See, it's easy to be on the bottom. It doesn't take any effort to be a loser. It doesn't take any motivation, any drive in order to stay down there on a low level. But it calls on everything in you. You have to harness your will to say, I'm going to challenge myself.
I mean that what you did last week don't count. Today is the only important day. There are 86,400 seconds in a day, and how you use those are critical. You got 86,400 today, and what you do today is going to cement who you are. Nobody's going to talk about what you did last week.
That the biggest enemy you have to deal with is yourself. There's an old African proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm.
You have this opportunity of a lifetime. It means absolutely nothing if you don't take advantage of it in the lifetime of this opportunity.
I got a saying that when life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it. If all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it. See, it's time now. If you want to make this your decade, you've got to start saying yes to your life. You've got to start saying yes to your dreams, yes to your unfolding future, yes to your potential, as opposed to saying no.
When you die on E. Leave no dream left behind, guys. Leave no opportunity left behind. When you leave this earth, accomplish every single thing you can accomplish. Listen to me, you're going to be here one day, but you'll never get here if you give up, if you give in, if you quit. And finally, guys, you got to want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe.
And that is what really, really did it for me. I totally love it. I still listen to it. It still gives me the same type of motivation. Find your motivation. That may not be the one for you. There are a few key speakers in there that I totally love. Les Brown in particular is one. And so I can look forward to just hearing something like that to really, give me the motivation that I need.